screen. The Pertex Snow Cross National presented by Jimmy John's. Qualifier number 1 for the AMSOIL Pro Open is on the starting line here at Canterbury. It's in the starter's hands. The snow is about to fly. And we are racing at Canterbury. Oh, somebody off their sled. That might have been Andy Leaders. No, I guess it wasn't. That's the 54 out front. That's Peter Narsa.
Narsa, then going along with Narsa is Justin Broberg, Kyle Pauline there. I asked Kyle what happened to him in round 5. He said he just got cut off the finish line flyaway. Right now, he's charging hard to try and move up front.
He certainly is. Dives inside, takes second place. Kyle Pauline is on the move, but the man out front is Peter Narsa. Had a bit of a coming out party last night, and he is fast tonight. They're tripling that Air Force flyaway. Look to the outside. Who's that on that black sled coming up there?
That would be Broberg. So Broberg just ahead of Adam Renheim. Renheim now has moved up into 4th place, and Renheim on the podium in round number 5.
The man out front, though, is Peter Narsa. Let's look at how he got out there. The start, as you see, on the right-hand side of the street, that was Ryan Springer that came off his sled right there. It didn't take long for Peter Narsa to get out front, and he is still there. Big air into turn 1 here at Canterbury Park. The track is significantly different here in round 6, and we're seeing big air tonight.
One of the things that the driver talked about, and I asked him this afternoon between round 6 tonight and round 5, is that it got cold, and so a lot of the snow underneath got icy, and it's fluffy on top, so there's a lot of ice ridges underneath that they need to be very careful of.
Great racing happening here. That's Kyle Pauline and Justin Broberg battling for the 2nd place spot. Or John, is that John Stenberg?
No, that's John Stenberg. Stenberg on the skidoo.
Look at this, a 3 abreast, 2 abreast, racing through the backstretch into that Makita corner, and down the stretch they come over the AMSOIL finish line. It's Peter Narsa. It's Kyle Pauline and Adam Renheim. Stenberg right there as well.
He may be a lap sled. He may have been the one of the drivers that got tied up in that incident early on. We're scoring Kyle Pauline as 2nd, Adam Renheim 3rd, and that's the way we've seen them. So we'll go by that. But Narsa, we know, out in front.
We have some exciting stuff on tap tonight with a track like this. Big air all over this place. And speaking of down by the racetrack, that's where Carly Applin is right now. Carly.
With the cold temperatures tonight, it's a much different race for these guys. You watch as they come behind me, the snow dust flying through the air. It's going to affect visibility, and that soft, sugary snow also going to affect traction on this track for these guys tonight. They're going to have to learn to adapt.
Adapting to it right now, there's Kyle Pauline. He had currently scored in 3rd place on the 324. In round 5, a significantly disappointing race for him, right now performing at a top level. But there is your leader. Oh no! Almost loses it, does your leader. He somehow saves it, and down the backstretch over the Air Force flyaway, he will triple that. But was that slip up enough to let everybody get back to him? We'll find out. That is John Stenberg, by the way, in 2nd on the 259.
The scoring is squared away here, so Stenberg looking very strong on that Warner Brother Makita skidoo. Narsa still with a nice run here.
A 48-second lap for your leader on that last time around. 2 laps left as he crosses the AMSOIL finish line. Last night, Peter Narsa did enough to get him to 5th in the points. Tonight, in this, the first Pro Open qualifier, he has got it nailed down, and he is your leader.
And about a 4-second differential between those drivers as they work their way through the back part of the racetrack. They'll transition, come back in, and then they will take and work through the back part of the racetrack.
I don't mean to disagree, but I believe Stenberg has reeled him in. That's not quite a 4-second lead anymore. It looks like about a second at the most. Right now, Stenberg a little bit faster than Peter Narsa. This could get hairy in this last lap and a half.
Narsa sweeps that far corner. This is where they really try to position themselves so they can use all of the speed of the sled to carry themselves to the front part of the racetrack. You see how he launched a little bit wider because of the speed. Not a problem. 1 lap left to go and about a 1.5-second lead.
Big air by that big Ram truck as they head into the FXR turn for the final time in this Pro Open qualifier. It's Narsa, it's Stenberg on your screen right now.
Boy, they all stay out of that hole in the FXR corner, and they stay away from the kicker in the transition into the back. Now they head into the U.S. Air Force fly.
Oh, a bit of a bobble for Narsa. Here comes Stenberg. Half a lap to go. Stenberg looks to the inside. Can't make the move there. Does he have enough race left?
Stenberg probably should be looking inside here. Just try to rail and square to come into this last part of the racetrack. Just like that, comes through that last corner. He's got to stay tight. I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
Peter Narsa down the stretch and over the Amsoil finish line for the win in this Pro Open qualifier at Canterbury Park. Great race for Peter Narsa, and Stenberg gave him everything he could. We'll take a break. We'll come back and talk to our winner right after this. This is Amsoil Championship Snowcross powered by Ram. It's the Pertex Snowcross National presented by Jimmy John's on the CBS Sports Network. All right, we're about to go racing again. This is Heat 2 of Round 1 of Amsoil Pro Open. Another stacked crowd of racers here, including both Tucker Hibbert and Cody Kim, 1 and 2 in the points in this race.
Yeah, they're under starters orders in green. They go down into the corner.
It's a drag race.
Tucker edge on the inside there.
Couldn't do it because Cody Cam wouldn't let him by, but here comes Tucker. It's Cam and Tucker right now, but Cam the leader. Inside line for Cody Cam, keeping that thing shut. And Corin Todd right there, I believe, with him as well. Am I right about that? Or is that Watkinson?
That's Corey Watkinson.
That is Corey Watkinson.
You know, the interesting thing, and we talked to Nate Hinches earlier, it's no secret.
Here comes Tucker.
Cody had that issue last night with the hamstring. And, you know, you've talked a lot about pro athletes, Hawk.
Oh, Tucker to the inside. He takes the lead.
Just cuts right underneath him. We talk about pro athletes. You've got to live to learn to live and perform with that injury.
Look at all the snow they're throwing on each other. So Tucker to the inside, but Cam not letting him get away. Here comes Cody Cam to the outside.
Cody trying to go outside. He was going to try to go underneath, but just had too much speed to make the turn. And now Tucker starts to range away a little bit. This is what he's so good at.
Tucker Hibbert has pulled away a bit, but Cody Cam still on his tail here at Canterbury. Through the FXR turn, it's Tucker Hibbert, Cody Cam, Corin Todd, 1, 2, and 3. Cody tries the inside line to see if he can make up any room on the great T-Train, our 9-time champion.
Tucker triples up, then he goes double, single, double, into that corner. Stays on the inside. Cody right there, though.
He certainly is.
Tucker last time ran a 48.7. Cody ran a 49.8. So we'll see what the differential is this time. It was about a second last lap.
Through the Makita corner and headed towards the Amsoil finish line. Tucker Hibbert over that Amsoil finish line tabletop. He'll triple into the turn. Very smooth through there, but Cody continues to follow him through the corner.
Yeah, and that second killed him. Tucker last lap 47.8 to 48.9, so another second. So Tucker running extremely well. Cody, you know, fearlessly trying to keep up with him. We know that injury's probably got to be bothering him some.
Tucker Hibbert again out of Pelican Rapids, Minnesota, that number 68, 9-time and defending champion. What's going on here? Logan Christian, a problem with his sled, a bad night last night, and here we have problems again in this Pro Open qualifier.
Looking down, trying to see if he can identify what the problem is. We'll try to do a follow-up on that in the pits, but tough break, as you indicated, for the Christian Brother Racing 43, Logan Christian.
I'll tell you, Tucker is winning this race by a good margin right now over Cody Cam, but it's not an easy race for him right now. This track, he's having a bit of a trouble with it. Some uncharacteristic things for him that I've not seen. That may be because he's trying some brand new things, looking forward to the next race and the feature as well. But interesting to watch Tucker using some different lines and casing some of these jumps. You don't see it very often.
And he's not immune to having problems. Let's go back to Tucker's 100th win in Deadwood last year.
Yes.
He was leading at the beginning of the race. Himself came off the sled. Nobody touched him. He fell all the way to last place, went on to win.
That was quite a race. And we'll go to Deadwood next. But we are at Canterbury Park, and there are 2 laps to go for the T-Train. The lead is excessive now. 4 seconds right now over Cody Cam. It's still Cam right behind Hibbert and then Todd in third.
And Corey Watkinson, Matthew Marin, Andrew Carlson, and of course Logan having that problem.
Let's go down to Carly Applin by the racetrack. Carly. We'll go down to Carly in 1 second. Again, Tucker Hibbert right there. As you see him through that rhythm section on the back part of the track. There you go. That's the smooth Tucker we're talking about. Again, I do believe, Mike, he might have been trying some different lines there in the middle part of the race, just checking some things out in case he was forced to run those races, or those lines, I should say, later in the night during the feature when there's so many more sleds out there. But now he's back to his preferred line, and he is just scalding. A 48-second lap again as he takes that white flag here in this Pro Open qualifier. Through the Ram corner, on that Ram-sponsored sled, into the FXR turn, takes a look over his shoulder, sees Cody Cam back there. Almost a 5-second lead for the T-Train. Watch him hit this big Air Force flyaway for some triples, then a double, then another double, and into the Polaris turn.
And you see Cody Cam on your screen right there. Cody knows that he can't catch him. Cody just trying to maintain his distance over Corin Todd to gain an extra point there. As far as qualifying goes.
Into the Makita corner and headed for that AMSOIL finish line. Canterbury, let him hear it. The 9-time champion has done it again. Tucker Hibbert wins this Pro Open qualifier in round 6 of AMSOIL Championship Snowcross, powered by Ram. Once again, Tucker Hibbert, Cody Cam. We got Corin Todd. 2 races in, 1 more heat to go of this AMSOIL Pro Open round 1. Next race features Cody Thompson, Lincoln Lemieux, Jake Scott, and the great Tim Tremblay as well.
Danny Poirier in here, Zach Patton, Lincoln Lemieux. You know, some of these drivers really had some tough breaks yesterday. Tim Tremblay, Dave Jonas having some issues in his qualifying and final in round number 5. Well, these drivers are going to keep those warm-up jackets on as long as they can.
Let's go down to Carly Applin by the race, by the starting line, I should say.
These racers are using these heat races to master this start line. It's that elevated start. So they're using this to really figure out how to take it. They take the initial jump, they lock up the brakes, come down. You'll see this all happen. Then they go through to the hole shot. The goal is to keep the track on the ground the entire time. That gives them the advantage, guys.
That's great stuff, and it is an interesting thing to talk about keeping that track on the ground. This is elevated starting lines, not something they're used to. About to go green.
Jake Scott getting position there. He wanted to make sure that he
and they're racing.
Tip the lights.
Lincoln Lemieux to the inside, and we're going to give him the whole shot. 3 abreast down the stretch they go.
Jake Scott, Zach Patton on the outside. Boy, look at Patton on his Artie Cat.
He keeps the momentum on the outside, but it's a 2-man battle. Lincoln Lemieux into the lead. Lincoln Lemieux on the 13 shot out of a cannon, and down the stretch he goes. Over the Air Force flyaway on the Air Force sled. Wow, this kid has been something this year. Been a great year so far for him, wouldn't you say?
It has.
Look who's right behind him.
Teammates.
Now let's see if Tim Tremblay can reel in his teammate. And you better pass him clean because you got riding the trailer together on the way home.
Those two sleds.
And now they're battling, and Tremblay got around him on the inside with a little bit of elbow grease right there, Mike.
And they got company too. Here comes another one of the sleds.
Lemieux's got a problem. Lemieux's off the track. Let's take a look at the pass. Maybe we can see something might have broken on Lincoln Lemieux right here. Yeah, something.
You look back, he's got back suspension problems.
Yeah, something's going on.
Trying to watch him as he comes by here. See if that suspension is low. It is. He lost something in the back.
I would say you are correct.
He either lost a shock or some component of the rear suspension.
And he lost the lead to his teammate, and that is our former champion, the big Canadian, as you like to call him. His name is Tim Tremblay. That's the leader. But it's not a giant lead for him right now. Out of that Makita corner and down the stretch comes Tim Tremblay. Into that ram turn. Very smooth for Tim. Look at him through that FXR turn right there.
He is. The corner wasn't friendly to him in round 5, but when you're out in front, you've got clear ceiling ahead of you. You see Danny Poirier right behind him. Zach Patton.
Yep, there's Danny Poirier, the 312. Danny comes to us out of Quebec, Canada as well for Ingles Performance and Skidoo. Good run for him here. Even without the Lincoln Lemieux, that would have been a top 3 at the very least. Good run for Danny. Love to see that on that Skidoo. Down the stretch they come.
That's a great camera shot right there when you have the light in front of you. Now that it's cold, this snow dust is going to hang a bit. And so if you're further back, your visibility may be impeded a bit.
Wow, big error for Tim Tremblay right there. And you're right, let's say something, okay? For all the fans, thank you for coming out here tonight. But how about our workers with ISOC and the camera crew out there standing in the cold doing their job tonight? Great job, everybody. A fantastic night for racing, even if it is a tad bit chilly.
They taught me how to get around that.
Is that right? How's that?
They did. They said when you're walking in the soft sand or soft snow, you pretend it's warm peat sand, and you feel much warmer.
And that works for you?
I'm sweating.
Tremblay out of the turn, heads for that Makita corner. The hard left-hander, and down the stretch comes Tremblay. He's got 2 to go. Again, Tim also from Quebec, Canada for AMSOIL Synthetic Lubricants. There's Lincoln Lemieux again. Now, what happened here?
Wow. When I looked at the suspension on the sled, it looked like it was flat, but apparently it was something else, and able to get back on the racetrack.
It looks like he's battling for 3rd right there. I believe that's Corin Todd scored in 3rd right in front of him, so that would be the battle for 3rd and 4th.
62, that would be Cody Thompson on the RD.
There's nothing wrong with that sled right now. No. Whatever was wrong before has been fixed somehow while on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's rebounding nicely. It looks to be solid, so Lemieux now able to move his way back up.
Meanwhile, back up front, your leader is on the front stretch. Here comes Tim Tremblay. 1 lap to go for Tim Tremblay. Danny Poirier in 2nd, but Lincoln Lemieux is not done with this thing yet. 1, 2, 3, headed towards the FXR turn for the final time on the white flag lap in this, the 3rd heat of round 1.
Boy, charging hard too. He is going to catch Danny Poirier. Now the thing is, can he get around him?
Less than half a lap to go for Lincoln Lemieux to get around Danny Poirier. He'll try the swoop move underneath. Can't make it work there. That's the battle once again for 2nd place.
Take and ride the outside now. Try to set it up, sneak down underneath, and apply your power. Square. Here's where he's really got to get on it to try to make up some ground.
Gonna look to the inside as Tremblay heads towards the AMSOIL finish line.
Goes to the
Tim
outside.
Tremblay will win.
Can he do it? No.
He cannot. Danny Poirier with a good run holds off Lincoln Lemieux. Love to find out what happened to that sled early on. Let's take a look at that track, Mike. What do you think?
No, it looks like it's okay. Yeah, then again, watch him as he rides it. It should be a little stiffer than what it is.
I would agree with you. I think something is wrong with the suspension,
look at
especially compared to his teammates. Yeah.
Now, the thing is, put yourself on a sled where you've got very little rear suspension and do just what he did out there. Incredible.
Compare these next 2 races to something you would know out of NASCAR, let's say. The top division, the Pro Open, the AMSOIL Pro Open, those are the big dogs. This would be your nationwide / Budweiser series, if you remember the old days. The Pro Lite guys, the next guys up for the big dogs in AMSOIL Championship Snowcross. And they are under green.
Telfer, Patton, Eschel, Johnstead, Jess. Man, there's some big dogs in here. And this guy out front in round 5 got banged up big time.
Yeah.
And he won his earlier heat here in round 6. James Johnstead leads the field around.
Johnstead with a nasty bruise on his side after being landed upon last night in the heat you were talking about there. But he is out here and he is flying right now.
Behind him is the sled of Maxime Taillefer.
And big air for Taillefer there. Battle is for 2nd right behind him, but Johnstead just running off right now. The Pro Lite division on the track. Again, heat 1 of round 2 of the Pro Lite division. Great shot of Johnstead right there. The hard left-hand turn out of the Makita corner, and down the stretch they come towards the Amsoil finish line. Johnstead looks over his shoulder. He looked the wrong way, though, because the man right behind him was to the right. Teifer is right on his tail as they head for the FXR turn. Teifer looks to the inside. Can't make the move there. They head towards that GoPro turn, and down the stretch they come, looking at that Air Force flyaway. Let's see if they both take the triple here. They will. Big air for both racers down that backstretch. Into the Polaris turn. Tricky rhythm section. A little farther back in the field right there. That might be your battle for third. Brett Nastala right there on the 248. Great battle right there for third, fourth, and fifth. As your leader hits the Amsoil finish line, but this one is far from over. Big air for James Johnstead. That triple into the ram turn put some big distance between he and Teifer.
Boy, Johnstead looking good tonight.
I've had some sizable bruises in my life, but nothing like that. I can't imagine being able to come out here and compete like this.
That thing was huge.
I am telling you. I guess that happens when a sled lands upon you. Johnstead into the Polaris turn. Teifer doing all he can, but this, again, the battle for third. Look at this, Mike, the 765 of Montana Jess into third place around Nastala.
Got around Nastala. We've talked about what Montana Jess needs to do to stay on top of the points lead. The big thing is he just has to be consistent. First, second, third places in heats, you know, placing 1, 2, 3, 4 in the finals. And, you know, he's got such a huge points lead. That's what he needs to do.
Nastala not letting him get away, and look who's coming. Elias Ishuel on the 200. He'll take over fourth and looks for third as they go into the FXR turn. Elias Ishuel on the inside.
Oh, he could have pushed that. Nice job checking up. If they would have made contact, that would have been both of them that probably would have been down.
Headed towards the Air Force flyaway. The battle continues for third. You see it. The young man, Elias Ishuel, looks to the inside. He'll take the spot into the Polaris turn.
Oh, and Montana just going to try to counter back on the outside. Come underneath here. Nope, Ishuel out front. Drag race.
Through the back section of the racetrack, they continue to battle for third. And Elias pulls away a bit as they head for the Amsoil finish line. The white flag is out. One lap left for James Johnstead. In second right now, Max B. Teifer, and in third, Elias Ishuel still looking for one more spot with less than a lap to go.
Looked over his left shoulder, did not see Montana Jess there, and now all he sees is that 144 ahead of him.
Less than half a lap to go now for your leader as he's on the Air Force flyaway. But Elias Ishuel is the man on the move. He triples as he goes down the backstretch. An inside line for Ishuel. He makes up a lot of room right there into the turn. Can't make the move there. He's got less than half a lap to go, Mike.
2 times that he's been clean, and that's good racing right there.
Oh,
Here
he makes the move with the swoop to the inside.
Follow the power. Now you get on it. There you go, young man.
The Makita corner for the Makita sled into second, but your winner at the Amsoil finish line will be James Johnstead. Elias Ishuel will come across in second, and third will be Max B. Teifer. What a race.
If you remember, I said in round 5 that it looked like Elias was racing much more composed. That right there is a good race for the young driver out of Norway. And a nice second place finish.
Yeah, a nice combination of fast and clean that time for Elias Ishuel.
Look at
Let's look at this
now,
pass.
he could have been real hard
yeah,
in
he
there.
certainly could have.
And he checked. Now, going back down in the corner, he checks hard, comes back down underneath.
Move.
And just clean underneath of him.
And at that point, that's his line, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he just did right there.
And he gave him room, too. He could have pushed to the outside. Wow. But raced him clean through the corner, and a nice second place finish for Elias Ishuel.
That is a name to remember right there, that young man who's been with us for a little more than a year now, out of Oppdal, Norway.
Another race getting ready on the line. Cole Coutu out of Lake Nebegaman, Wisconsin on the 21 Polaris. Zach Mason, there's a driver that had nothing but bad luck last night. So Mason on the number 63 Polaris. Jordan Krause out there. Corbin Anderson. Anderson was hot. There's your winner from round 5, Jake Angove. Also Kevin Wallenstein. Wallenstein currently sitting second in points. Came in today just 11 points out of the lead.
It's in the starters' hands, Mike. We're about to go green here with the second heat of round 2 of the Pro Light division in round 6 at Canterbury Park. And they're racing at Canterbury Park. Into the turn they go. Everybody's through clean. The 177 or the 122?
No, 177.
The 177, that's Angove. You are correct.
And Corbin Anderson right behind it. We talked about Corbin.
Oh,
huge job.
Hard crash right there.
That's Corbin Anderson. Tough break.
Corbin Anderson on the 17 comes off his sled, but the battle rages up front. The 177 and the 21. Again, that's Jake Angove and Cole Coutu. Let's see what happened in this crash, Mike.
Watch him as he comes. He just lands a little off camber.
Oh, my,
then
oh, my.
Digs in, and he is off the sled.
He's back under power now. And up front, it continues to go like this. Angove, Anderson, Coutu. Actually, it's Angove, Coutu, Anderson now is the way it should be scored. They head through that back section of the racetrack into the Makita corner. And we'll set the field for you as they head for the Amsoil finish line. Angove, Coutu. Zach Mason now scored in third. Kevin Wallenstein up to fourth.
Got Kyle Rao, Wollenberg, and Anderson, but you got 3 Polarises up front. Look at these guys bunching up.
Zach Mason right there now.
Just about ready to be all over Jake Angove.
Little less than 4 laps to go in this qualifier. 1, 2, 3, and 4 bounced up together, and look at this. Cole Coutu to the inside. Oh, they bump, they grind.
Just a little bit, but it was relatively clean.
And the battle for third behind him is a rager as well. Look at this, great move from Zach Mason.
And Wallenstein, look at him come back underneath, and Wallenstein now up into third place. Then Mason, and now Wallenstein.
Down the stretch they come. It's Cole Coutu, it's Jake Angove, Kevin Wallenstein, and Zach Mason, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you mentioned that Wallenstein needs all the points he can get to try to move his way into the top spot in the points here in the Pro Light division. A great run for Cole Coutu, and the battle now begins for second. Wallenstein and Angove about to get it on as they hit that Air Force flyaway.
Wallenstein going big, clean through the back part, the U.S. Air Force flyaway. Counting down laps, though.
Less than 3 laps to go as the 21 sled continues to lead. Cole Coutu out of Wisconsin for Hanco Utilities Inc. and Hayford Ford. He'll make that Makita corner and head towards the Amsoil finish line. 2 to go as they come across the Amsoil finish line tabletop. Angove in second, not letting Coutu get away from him. Wallenstein will try the outside line there to try to reel them both in. Into the FXR turn they go.
Coutu looking really good through that part of the racetrack. Good rhythm, able to take and skate across the doubles the way he wants to. There you see Angove. Angove about 1.5 seconds behind Cole Coutu on that 21 Polaris.
Cole Coutu, Jake Angove, Jake out of Wisconsin as well for Amsoil, Exalted Jack, Lynx Beef Jerky, and Polaris.
Racing with Judnick Motorsports.
You see the battle starting a little bit again as Wallenstein is reeled in second place by just a bit, but the white flag is out for your leader. You know, 1 lap to go, Mike.
Zach Mason was part of that charge for a while, too. Mason's fallen off the pace.
Man, it's getting to be rough heading into that Ram turn over there as well. Into the FXR turn, one final time.
Watch him as he sweeps through, comes through. He's been really clean through here. He'll double up. Matter of fact, he tries to triple that. This is where he doubles. Then he doubles again here and then skates through this rhythm section.
Into the Polaris turn for the final time. Now the back section of the racetrack, the 21 at Cole Coutu. Worked his way to the front. He's led since then. The lead is 2.2 seconds into the final turn for the final time, and he'll head down the stretch for the win. Crossing the Amsoil finish line for the win is Cole Coutu. Jake Angove holds on for second, and Kevin Wallenstein will come across in third.
Good win. Cole Coutu out of Coutu Motorsports. Jake Angove, Wallenstein, Zach Mason, Kyle Rao. Wallenstein may have made up a point or two there in that points battle, if I'm not mistaken. I think that Montana just took a fourth. Well, we'll keep track of the points as we go through. Good racing, though. There you see him. That FXR sponsored sled, Cole Coutu. Race number 74 on the line. 74, and this is Heat 3, Round 2 of Pro Lite qualifying. Shane Sewell, Travis Kern, Daniel Benham, Michael George. Travis Muller is a scratch. I talked to Travis downstairs. Travis still hurt from the incident that he had in Fargo in round number 3. Hope to be back in Deadwood, and we wish him the best. Jake De Silva, Jacob Blanchan, and the sled of Tyler Adams.
About to go green again, race 74 tonight. I do love this Pro Lite class. You're about to see why. And these are just the heats. Wait till you see the final. And they are green and Shakopee. Wow, inside start. Who was that? The 221,
Daniel
a great
Benham.
jump, but he does not take the
No,
lead.
it's Adams, Tyler Adams out in front.
That 705 is on fire, but a triple jump there.
I'll tell you what, Michael Coletti's got to be happy, though. 3 RD Cats out front. Adams, Benham, and George, and Kern on a Cat sitting in 4th.
Look at that. Huge power out of the FXR turn, and down the stretch they come. The final heat of round 2 of the Pro Lite division. Adams and Benham. Oh, Benham looks to the inside.
That took him. Made a move around him. Daniel found a line, was able to get through. Took the pass. Now your race leader.
Daniel Benham on the 221 is your leader. Tyler Adams in second. Now the battle begins for second. Look at that, Mike. We'll set the field for you as they head towards the AMSOIL finish line.
Here comes Benham. He's your race leader. Adams right behind him, about a second behind. Michael George, Kern, and Jacob Blanchan. So your top 5 sleds all already Cat.
Into the FXR turn once again. Man, he is hooked up. Both skis off the ground as he came out of the FXR turn, Mike.
Tyler Adams trying a different line. That didn't work for him. Matter of fact, it looks like he's losing a little ground. Michael George, Kern. Kern back a ways, but if anything, Michael George has made up some ground on Tyler Adams. Adams on that Christian Brothers racing sled.
Yeah, just seeing at the top of the screen right there. Again, that battle for second is about to shape up, and every time I think Michael George is about to make a move, Tyler Adams pulls away a bit. And now Adams makes up some room, I should say, on Benham, Mike.
Over that jump.
Into the FXR turn. Daniel Benham. Benham out of Deer River, Minnesota for Arctic Cat and Benham Electric. Plenty of air through that Air Force flyaway.
Not the smoothest through that part of the racetrack for him. That took off, scrubbed off a little time.
And second is a battle once again. Now there you go. That's the 705 of Adams and the 307 of Michael George. And now here comes Travis Kern.
Kern said, I might as well get to be part of this.
Wow.
You can throw a blanket over those guys. That's second, third, and 4th right there.
Into the Makita corner and down the stretch they come.
And if you remember, Kern was on the podium in round number 5.
So now Michael George into second, Travis Kern into third, and Benham has dropped back. No, I should say, and Tyler Adams has dropped back to 4th.
Well, now Kern up into second. So it's Kern, George.
Oh, the rider's off
Adams.
the track. Michael George, I believe, just went off the track.
301 or 307.
So the leader continues to be Daniel Benham. And into second now is Travis Kern. Tyler Adams and Michael George third and 4th. Been shuffling it up all through the race, but Daniel Benham continues to be the man on the point.
Benham coming off of an injury last year, as you see that battle there for 3rd place. 705, that's Tyler Adams. 307 is Michael George. Those two aren't done yet. I can guarantee you that.
One lap to go for your leader. It's Benham, it's Kern, but the battle for third continues to rage.
Oh, look at George. George going to go to the inside.
He's going to take the spot for the second.
Adams goes outside.
Into the FXR turn. The two Arctic Cats get together. And Michael George, who hasn't had his most smooth race, is off his sled.
Yeah, you're a loser when you go that way.
Yes. Looks like he might have hurt his arm just a bit. We'll make sure he's okay. Meanwhile, back up front, it's Benham, and Kern has reeled him in, but not enough track left unless he can find a way in this Makita corner. And he won't do it, I don't think, Mike.
Not unless there's a bobble. Kern squares, accelerates as hard as he can. Nope, ain't gonna happen.
Over the AMSOIL finish line for the win. Daniel Benham gets it done. Travis Kern comes in with a very strong second place. Across the AMSOIL finish line in third will be Tyler Adams and Jacob Blanchard. What do you say we go racing, Mike? We got a final on the starting line right now.
You bet. Air Group Pro-Am plus 30, just about ready to go green. 7 laps.
And they are racing at Canterbury Park. 15 sleds into the turn, and down the stretch they come towards the AMSOIL finish line. It's a drag race. It's Danny Poyer, David Blunt, and Patrick Brodeur.
Well, Matt Tinglestead out there racing. Tinglestead, another snowmobiler that did freestyle out here racing in the Pro-Am plus 30 Air Group.
Poyer comes down the stretch, and what a run there. Now if that name sounds familiar, he's racing elsewhere tonight as well, is he not?
He's racing in Pro Open.
Yes, he is. And that is the 312 out of Quebec, Canada for Ingles Performance and Skidoo and Woody's. And he is your leader right now in the Air Group Pro-Am plus 30 class.
David Blunt sitting in second. He qualified third. He's out of Colby, Wisconsin on the DNA Body Shop. Wolf Sawmill Polaris. Your number one qualifiers, we indicated Danny Poirier, and now Kurt Bowerly's got around him.
Into that turn. No, he did not. That's still Poyer out front. And big air for Danny Poyer through that double section right there. It's Poyer, Bowerly, and Brodeur, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we got a rider off his sled.
Yeah, right down in front here. 432.
That's Joe Cahigal, I believe.
Yeah, he was running
As
third
you said, he was
fourth.
in fourth, yes. So that is your 312. Danny Poyer right there through the Polaris turn. A tricky whoop section there, a hard left-hand turn. Again, this is a final, less than 5 laps to go. Through the Makita corner and down the stretch he comes here at the Pertex Snow Cross Nationals. Over the AMSOIL finish line, good solid lead for Danny Poyer. There's your second place rider. There's Kurt Bowerly.
About 8 seconds. That's pretty solid.
Especially over Kurt Bowerly, who's always very solid in this class. And Patrick Brodeur in third.
And Kurt's a smart racer, too. You see Kurt out there. Kurt knows that, man, I tell you what, 2 laps, there's no way I'm going to, or 3, 4 laps, whatever. He knows that Danny Poyer is just checked out here. Kurt's going to race his race, trying to hold on to his position, looking at it as a points race, and that's what he's doing right now.
Kurt Bowerly out of Otsego, Minnesota. Lovely Otsego, Minnesota. For Fly Racing, AMSOIL, and Digital Inc.
And you heard that he just got married over the New Year's?
Yes, he did. There's your leader, though. Once again, Danny Poyer, the 312. Over the AMSOIL finish line and into that ram turn. He'll take the inside line. How much do you believe that these extra laps on this track is going to help Danny in his other class as well? Quite a bit?
Yes and no. When it's cold like this, it may be detrimental to the fact that he's getting cold, and it's going to be harder for him as he gets deeper into the Pro Open class. As far as experience, learning how the track is changing and developing, it's going to be a plus. So, you know, it's something you're going to have to weigh to see what he can do in those other races.
Working on the inside of lap traffic right now. Makes it through cleanly there.
Danny racing for Ingles Performance, Skidoo, Woody, CNA Pro Ski, and Fly. Ingles Performance got a big team this year put together. They do a lot of racing on the national circuit.
Poirier again making his way through the lap traffic, taking the big triples there into that ram turn. Throwing snow everywhere as he comes through there. Here's a third place racer right here. Again, that's Patrick Brodeur. Patrick out of Derby, Vermont for BRP Racing and Anderson Racing. The 811 sled right there. But back up front, the 312 running away with it. It's a 16-plus second lead for Danny Poirier in this Air Group Pro-Am Plus 30 class. He'll be coming around this time as he heads toward that Makita corner. Makes that hard left into lap traffic, and he's headed for the white flag. 1 lap to go for your leader, Danny Poirier. 1 lap to go as he heads into the ram turn again. He'll again take that inside line.
Stays clear of everybody, just making his last lap here.
Inside line here, again, lap traffic right in front of him there, taking no chances, a big lead over the Air Force flyaway, and he lives up to its name there.
I think that he thought coming out of the FXR transition area he was going to be able to pass that lapper in the air. Checked up quickly, knowing that that wasn't going to happen. 7:30 right of him is Corey Thien. Corey sitting in 6th spot.
He's lapped all the way up to 6th, and he's in the Makita corner for the final time and headed for the Flames and the win here at Canterbury Park. The 312 of Danny Poirier takes the win in round 6 of AMSOIL Championship Snowcross powered by Ram. The Air Group Pro-Am Plus 30 win goes to Danny Poirier. There's your second place, our buddy Kurt Bowerly. He'll be making his way through the final turn here in just a moment. And down the stretch he comes towards the AMSOIL finish line.
Got a bunch of lappers alongside and with him. There's
Second
Bowerly,
place.
you bet.
Second place will go to Kurt Bowerly.
And Patrick, I believe, is going to hold on for 3rd place, waiting for Brodeur to come back across the finish line.
And there he goes.
Yep, Brodeur.
3rd place goes to Patrick Brodeur. And that again will do it for your Air Group Pro-Am Plus 30 class here.
It's not a bad finish for Patrick Brodeur, being a number 9 qualifier.
AMSOIL Championship Snowcross powered by Ram here at Canterbury Park. Carly Applin down by the racetrack. Mike Schroeder up here in the booth with me. My name is Chris Hockey. Lots of racing still on tap for the night, including up next, my favorite race of the night, Mike.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I know it's coming.
The recreational motorsports 120 champ 6 through 12-year-olds are next up.
And no matter where you are, trackside, you want to pay attention. You never know where those guys are going to end up. Yeah, it looks like we've got our top 3 down there. Getting their helmets off, throwing on a stocking cap and some gloves, and just a couple of moments, we'll be ready to hand out the hardware, if you will, for the Air Group Pro-Am Plus 30.
Want to make sure I remember to remind everybody when you're done with the races here tonight, stop on by Turtles Bar and Grill. Race fans, make sure you stop by Turtles Bar and Grill in downtown Shakopee. Ask for the iSock specials all weekend long.
So, all right, let's get the podium finishers, the top 3 here in the Air Group Pro-Am Plus 30. In 3rd place, out of Derby, Vermont, racing for BRP, Anderson Racing, Fly. Also Scott and Star Suspension on the number 811 Skidoo. His name, Patrick Brodeur. Your 2nd place racer out of Otsego, Minnesota, racing for Fly Racing, AMSOIL, Digital Ink, Skidoo, and Stud Boy. His name, Kurt Bowerly. And your winner out of St. Theodore, Quebec, Canada, racing for Ingles Performance, Skidoo, Woody, CNA Pro Ski, and Scott on the number 312 Skidoo, Danny Poirier.
offensive barbed wire, never ever put them down. You just lift your arms higher, raise them to
And
your
let's go
arms
down
higher,
to
let them
the
know
AMSOIL Championship Snowcross Winner's Circle, and there she is in her FXR gear, nice and warm. Chelsea's going.
It's awesome. I'm not even cold anymore, so I'm going to stay out all night long now. This is our Air Group Pro Plus 30 class. In the third spot, Patrick Brodeur. You had a kind of a rough time in qualifying today. Tell us about that and how you got on the box tonight.
Well, it wasn't the greatest day for sure. I actually fell on ice in the middle of the track during practice. I thought that I broke my collarbone, but hey, when it goes bad, they supposedly finished good in the final, and it worked.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
Well, thanks my team, Team Anderson, Fly Racing, Fox, Skidoo, BRP, Walls Unlimited, Stud Boy, Star Suspension, and everybody at home from Quebec, and my wife, my kids, all the SCM people that raced with me in the past. Thanks to everybody, and say hi, bye.
Congratulations. Moving over to second spot. First off, congratulations. You got married over the new year. How exciting for you. Let's talk racing now. You're kind of a veteran rider. You've been around the circuit for a long time. We've never seen a start like this with the downhill. From your perspective, what do you think of it?
It was different for sure. Back in the day, I raced a lot of hill cross, and we had a lot of different starts like that. So it was kind of fun to get back to something like that. Worked out pretty well. Got through the final, leaving on the honeymoon tomorrow, so I just didn't want to get hurt. But no, it was fun getting all the Skidoo guys up here. Got some new faces from Skidoo here, so thanks for coming. I want to thank AMSOIL, Fly Racing, Murphy Chevrolet for getting us here, Stud Boy, Rocks, Digital Link, and everyone else that helped us out.
Well, great job. Congratulations. And up at top of the box, come on down, Danny. Now, I was just watching you in your Pro Open qualifier, and you were duking it out with Tim Tremblay and Lincoln Lemieux. How does that help you here in the Pro Plus 30 class?
That helps me a lot. Like, we raced a lot last night, and we passed pretty much all day on the track today, so it's kind of easy. Every time I go on the track, like, I know where to go. The track doesn't change too much, so that's helped me a lot.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
First, I have to say a big thanks to Patrick. Like, I live close to him, so he built us a nice facility to practice at home. So thanks, Pat, so I can beat you all the time. And my family, my both kids, Amy and Thomas, hi, I told her. And all my sponsoring, Ghost Performance, super important, Skidoos, CNA Pro Woodies, Fly, 999 goggles, VP Fuel Woodies, and my mechanics, Dennis, and everybody from Skidoo that helped me hard.
Well, congratulations, Danny. We'll see him later on in Pro Open tonight. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the booth.
It's about time to go green in the Recreational Motorsports 120 Champs 6 through 12-year-old class. 15 sleds full of 6 to 12-year-olds. Wait till you see what you've got up here. I'll tell you what, you're going to love this. These are 120 sleds, but they're a little bit more aggressive than your normal everyday average 120, Mike.
They sure are. These Champ sleds, highly modified and tuned sleds. You know, some of these guys, I'm serious when I say probably got more money in than some of the stock teams have in their stock sleds. Watch them as they get ready to go. Your number one qualifier, Creighton Dillon. Then it's Martinson, Johnson, Cole, Sterry, Schlotteroff, Autumn, and Logan in 6 and 7. Cook, Oldfelder, and Tucker Halla in number 10 qualifier on the front row.
Couple of sleds not quite getting started back there. Still in the starters' hands. We're ready to go green, and we're racing! The Recreational Motorsports 120 Champs 6 through 12-year-olds are on the track, and here they come! Let's see who got the whole shot here. I believe that's the 747 of Cameron Cole.
And look who's sitting in second, Tucker Halla.
Out of Medina, Minnesota, Cameron Cole, your leader. From Plystead Companies, ERX, and Total Wellness Chiropractor, a big lead after that Stud Boy hole shot.
Boy, he is taking off out in front. Halla trying to make up ground, and look at him starting to bunch up between, of course, that second, third, fourth, and fifth place sled. Halla's going to have company real soon. He's going to have some good lines to hold on to that second place he's currently in.
This is a big track and some giant jumps when you're racing a 120. And they are not easy to hold on to when you hit one of these ruts, Mike, but these kids are doing a great job right now. Cameron Cole continues to lead through the Polaris section and making that hard left-hand turn in the back of the racetrack.
Well, everybody taking about the same line through that transition into that skidoo sweeping turn. There you see your race leader. Last time Cameron Cole had about a 7/10 of a second lead over Tucker Holla. Holla only about a half-second lead over Creighton Dillon, who was your #1 qualifier. Let's set up the order again.
Headed towards the AMSOIL finish line, the 747 of Cameron Cole continues to lead. Tucker Holla continues to be in second, and Creighton Dillon running third right now. Tyler Martinson, Tanner Johnson, fourth and fifth. There's Sophia Holsey, Autumn Schlotteroff, and Lawson Steary, 6, 7, and 8.
Holla looks over his shoulder to see where about his competition is. There's your race leader. Almost
to go.
Just about 3 seconds between he and the rest of the field. Holla's got about a 1.5 seconds on Creighton Dillon. Look at this pack.
Wow.
Oh,
Watch yourself.
man.
Off the sled goes the 313 of
Tanner Johnson.
Running fifth at the time. He's up. He's fine. They were 3 abreast through that turn. He can't get his sled started.
No, and these things can be real finicky. Sometimes they're hard to start. This is what we talked about. Look when he came in here. Nope, just off axis.
Oof.
And then that other sled hitting, maybe nicking him a bit, but taking the sled, taking most of the impact.
Back to the front, there's your leader, continuing to be Cameron Cole, once again coming to you from Medina, Minnesota for Playstead Companies, ERX, and Total Wellness Chiropractor. That's an FXR man out front. 1 lap to go for Cameron Cole. A bit of a battle starting to shape up for second. Here's Tucker Holla and Creighton Dillon, second and third. Dillon on the black sled to the outside.
Oh, he's making a move too. Watch him, he's gonna try to swoop out here. See if he can get even or try to sneak underneath Tucker Holla. Tucker's got to hold that line.
Tucker takes a look over his right shoulder, sees Creighton is right there. Through the FXR turn they go. They'll make a hard right-hand turn through the GoPro turn, and down the stretch they go.
Boy, he's working that sled. You see him shifting his body weight, trying to make it edge as much as he can to work through those corners. That's the battle for 2 and 3 right there. Tucker Holla and Creighton Dillon.
Less than half a lap to go for that young man right there, Cameron Cole, the 747. He's led from the start of this race as an outside line through that turn. One turn, I should say, to go for young Cameron Cole. Into the Makita corner, a thumbs up from his crew, and down the stretch comes Cameron Cole. Over the AMSOIL finish line, flames in the air for your winner. Cameron Cole has done it here at Canterbury Park.
And it looks like Holla will hold on for second place.
And Creighton Dillon comes across for third. A great race for Cole, Holla, and Dillon. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations all around. Great sportsmanship in this wonderful family sport that is AMSOIL Championship Snowcross, powered by Ram.
They sure are. This is our top 3 here in the Recreational Motorsports Champ 120 class. In the third spot, now Mikey and Chris, I need you guys to listen here. We've had Creighton up on the podium a few times. I think it's time for a nickname. Can I call you Creighton the Flying Canadian?
Yeah.
All right, I got a nickname for him. So Creighton, up on top of the box tonight, who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, Race 30 Customs, Andre from OTSFF, Rockstar Polaris, Maple Roofing, Race 30 Customs.
Well, congratulations, Creighton. Great race today. And over in second spot, Tucker Holla, I saw you and Cole giving each other fist bumps. What's it like out there racing with all your buddies?
Fun.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
My mom, my dad, 999 Optics, Brock, Fly, Articat, Egg Power, Fuller Cycle Central, and all my other sponsors.
Oh, great job, Tucker. Congratulations. And top of the box tonight, huge smile. Now, I want to talk about your start. I was watching you. You came out of the hole like a rocket. Tell us about that start.
I just like that the game drew because he told me all these strategies to win.
And who else would you like to thank tonight?
My mom and dad, brother, sister, spy goggles, FXR, Bent, Total Wellness, Alec Plaisted, Scuba, Todd, ERX Motorsports, all my friends that came here to watch me, and just everybody that I forgot.
One more. They're yelling at you. Well, great job. I'm going to let you guys celebrate again. That's our top 3. I'm going to send it to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Chelsea. And man, I'll tell you what, there's some excitement down there.
Man, I love it.
Look at these guys. And you know what was really neat? Like you said, they all stopped on the track, kind of high-fived each other, giving me a thumbs up to everyone. So there they are, your top 3. Cameron Cole, Tucker Holla, and the Flying Canadian, Caden Dillon.
I love that. Is our Daytona. This is Canterbury Park. The Pertex Snowcross National presented by Jimmy John's, and we're about to go racing. AMSOIL Championship Snowcross powered by Ram. This will be Heat 1, Round 2 of the AMSOIL Pro Open class. The best racers in the world go green at Canterbury into turn 1, and here they come.
They
how do you hold on to
Everybody
that?
got out of that. That could have been ugly. And it's going to be Kyle Pauline out front.
Senior Smiley to the lead, but inside comes Stenberg.
Man, somebody put a fire under Stenberg tonight.
They did, and Stenberg's your leader, but Pauline tries to find a way.
Remember, these two guys did battle in their first round of qualifying. Senior Smiley taking all kinds of risks, but trying to find a line around the driver out of Norway in Warner Racing, John Stenberg.
Pauline, look at the battle back there. Pauline neglected to go to the inside that time. No problem. He's going to be patient. Stenberg out front. Kyle Pauline in second.
You pointed back further. That's 2 teammates doing battle. Peter Narsa and Cody Cam battling for 3rd and 4th.
Out of the corner and down the stretch comes the Makita sled of John Stenberg in the lead. Kyle Pauline in second.
And Hibbert sitting in 6th place.
Tucker Hibbert is back in 6th. You're right.
And he is continuing to look down at his sled like he is having a problem.
Meanwhile, up front, John Stenberg is having no problems. Big air for that Makita sled. Kyle Pauline, Senior Smiley in second. It's got a mirror full right now of Cody Cam. You're right, the 2 teammates battling it out right back there, doing their best to try to reel them in.
Boy, Stenberg just on a tear.
And now it's Stenberg. Whoa! Here comes Cody Cam. What happened to Kyle Pauline?
That's what I'm looking for. There he is.
Cam to the outside.
Pauline with a problem all the way back to 7th place.
Cody Cam to the inside. He bobbles a bit trying to make the move. Now he's back trying to go for the lead. It's Stenberg. It's Cody Cam. The battle rages on. Inside comes Cam. Can't make the move there.
Stenberg's got his hands full now. Look at Cody. Cody trying to find a line underneath. Trying to set him up so that he can push him out and come back down underneath him.
Out of the Makita corner and down the stretch he goes towards the AMSOIL finish line. It's Stenberg on the inside. Cam looks to the outside. Big air into the Ram turn.
Here comes Cam outside.
Stenberg shuts the door. Cam looks to the inside. Can't make the move there. They'll drag race down the back stretch, and Stenberg continues to lead, Mike.
You know, when you talk about injuries, hamstring injuries, you use your leg muscles a lot on these sleds to take and transfer weight and push the sled around. Boy, he's doing a great job with the injury we were explained about.
He sure is, and Stenberg as well. You mentioned it. Somebody lit a fire under this guy. He has been flying all weekend long, and here we are in round 6, and he leads Cody Cam in the entire field. Meanwhile, there's Tucker Hibbert. who I believe is still scored all the way back in 5th place.
He's up to 4th now. He got around Petter Narsa. Hibbert, now Hibbert's found his groove thing. Ran a 47.5, 2 seconds faster than Stenberg.
The battle up front, look at that. Cam, your leader. We were watching Tucker Hibbert and Cody Cam got around John Stenberg.
So now it's Cam, Stenberg, Springer, and Tucker Hibbert.
Let's see how Cody Cam did it through the air. A swoop move underneath, and he shuts the door. They trade some paint, and Cody Cam takes the lead.
There's Hibbert, and it looks like Hibbert's able to get around Ryan Springer. So now Hibbert up to 3rd place.
White flag lap. It's Cam, it's Stenberg, it's Hibbert. Hibbert gonna do his best to try to reel in 2 more spots with less than a lap to go. Hibbert looks to the inside. You see it on the back of your screen back there.
Johnston did a nice job covering. Now Tucker comes a little deeper, stays in that jump.
Stenberg, Hibbert, drag race over the Air Force flyaway. Oh! Hold on to it, Tucker! Tucker is off his sled! Tucker Hibbert off his sled. What happened, Mike?
He was pretty aggressive, didn't land the way he wanted to, and it just got away from him.
Up front, the Makita corner, and down the stretch comes Cody Cam. He will take the win. Cody Cam has done it at Canterbury Park. Here in Heat 2 of Round 2. Heat 1 of Round 2. Let's take a look at what happened to Tucker here.
Watch him closely now as he's coming into the corner. He's charging hard. You see Stenberg. There he is. Yeah, just whooped him. Look at he hit his head in the handlebar.
Oh, my,
He bailed on that thing. He knew it was going to go off the edge. But look at the smart racer he is. Right away, reaching for his tether, wants to get his sled back out, get his tether back in, and get back on the racetrack.
Looks like he's just fine, thank God. Tucker Hibbert, a hard crash on the backstretch on the last lap. Didn't get the start he wanted, had made it all the way to 3rd.
And I said this before in an earlier heat. I said he is not immune from having an issue here. Tremblay.
This one's stacked as well. Now, Tremblay won his first heat. We saw how fast, though, Lincoln Lemieux on the 13 right there in the middle of your screen was in that first heat. Let's see what he's got for this second heat.
And he had issues with his sled, too.
It's in the starter's hands. David Jonas inches up to the line. And we are racing at Canterbury Park. Into the turn and down the stretch they come. Who's going to take that hole shot?
Looks like Justin Broberg.
I'm
Cody
give
Thompson.
it to Broberg.
Thompson right behind him.
Oh, watch yourself. Off his sled is a rider. I think that might have been Cody Thompson. A hard crash for Cody Thompson into the ram turn. He's still down. Out front, though, it's Tremblay. We'll take a look at this crash. Let's see what happens to Cody Thompson here, Mike.
He's on the inside. You see him as he goes deep there. Off axis, just digs it in. Oh, and that's where he may have got hurt.
That might have been the injury.
The sled kind of rolled back on him. May have hyperextended himself backwards.
And we're going to make sure the yellow's out down there because he is still on the track. I would say some sort of leg injury for him. He's trying to stretch it out.
Lower back injury.
Yeah, we're going to make sure the yellow is out so they avoid him. Tim Tremblay, your leader. They'll slow it down here. Make sure your skis stay on the ground. Make sure that rider's okay.
Boy, you see how they're way out, slowing everybody down very early.
Tremblay and Broberg, 1 and 2. Lincoln Lemieux on the screen in 3rd. And down the backstretch they go. Again, that's Tim Tremblay on the 11 and Joseph Broberg on the 168 behind him. Big air on the backstretch.
Boy, Lemieux doing a good job trying to make up some ground, and Adam Renheim, too, finding another gear. Look at Renheim starting to get in that mix as he sits in 4th place.
I wouldn't be surprised if we might, as we get around here again, coming towards that Makita corner as the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th rages on. We still have the rider on the track, and the yellow continues to fly for Tim Tremblay as he puts another lap in the books.
And the medical people showing up right now.
So slow it down right there.
Slow it way down in that area.
Back on the gas now. Tremblay continues to be your leader. He won his first heat, so I may have spoken too soon. A 1 and a 1, obviously, would put Tim Tremblay as your top choice. But here's the battle for second, and Lincoln Lemieux, that's the battle for third, I should say. Lincoln Lemieux and Adam Renheim battling it for third.
Yeah, like I said, Renheim found another gear. He's really been charging hard, but you know, you can't take anything away from Lincoln Lemieux either, because he has been all over the back of Justin Broberg's sled as he tries to charge. And now look at Renheim. Renheim is caught up to Lemieux. Boy, what a great camera shot. Look at him underneath.
Wow, that battle continues to rage as they continue to head down the front stretch, and the yellow continues to fly just after the tabletop for Cody Thompson.
Everybody paying close attention, doing a great job, following the rules of racing as they go through that corner, slowing way down, and then getting back onto the gas. Tremblay out front. You see him going through the back part of the racetrack now.
Great camera shot right there, watching those guys over the triples and over the Air Force fly away.
Some of them going big.
First on the top of your screen.
Oh,
the battle in third right there. Did you see that?
Yeah, Renheim had it a little kitty wampus down in the corner, able to gather it back up, and now again he's right underneath Lincoln Lemieux.
It's a battle for third. The 13 is Lemieux, and the 311 is Renheim.
Man, this is good racing.
2 laps to go for your leader as they continue to go under yellow through that section. Tremblay back on the gas into the FXR turn. Tim Tremblay once again for AMSOIL Synthetic Lubricants and the U.S. Air Force plus Ford trucks out front for the second consecutive time in as many heats tonight. Tim Tremblay through the Polaris section. A hard left-hand turn. He'll come around this time after the Makita corner. When he crosses that AMSOIL finish line, he'll get the white flag this time.
You see Iceman standing way out there. These guys know that that yellow's still in that part of the racetrack. Our race director's watching very closely.
White flag is out for Tim Tremblay. In second place, Justin Broberg. Lincoln Lemieux in third, and Adam Renheim continuing to run fourth.
As they get clear of that incident, then they can start racing again. You know, it's amazing when your race director is standing right out by the incident, how everybody slows way down.
Watch your P's and Q's for sure.
That's exactly right.
Tim Tremblay, it's been a good night so far for the big Canadian. The number 11 won his first heat, and now he's 3 turns away from going 1-1 tonight. A confidence builder for sure, especially after he probably saw what happened to Tucker Hibbert in his heat.
And it's got to be a real plus for Broberg, too. You know, Broberg did not have a good first round of qualifying, sitting in second there.
Tremblay across the checkered flag at the AMSOIL finish line for the win. Justin Broberg in second, and Lincoln Lemieux will come across in third here in Heat 2 of Round 2 of the AMSOIL Pro Open class. Taking our time down there, making sure that Cody Thompson's okay. Again, I would say, as you said, either a back or a leg injury of some sort. Hate to speculate, of course, don't want to do that.
No, and they're taking the proper procedures and precautions to make sure that he's going to be all right.
Corin Todd's that 36 sled, by the way, right there at the inside.
Andy Leaders, Logan Christian, Andrew Carlson, Corey Watkinson.
What happened there?
And Corey Watkinson deciding that I need to be a little more aggressive in this race.
He wanted to just make sure that his throttle worked. You know, sometimes you got to make sure that the throttle will work.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's okay.
And they're letting him back in the front row.
I think it might have been a malfunction.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Let's go green. AMSOIL Pro Open Heat 3 Round 2. Great shot of the start, and we are green in Canterbury. Down the hill they go. Oh, hold on to it, Logie. And he does, and he is your leader.
Boy, Watkinson right behind him, but on the inside, you've got Corin Todd that was trying to find an inside line. But look at Logie.
Bonsai move for the 151 of Andrew Carlson right there as well. Great young racers out here, and this one trading paint through the FXR turn.
So it's Logie, then you've got Watkinson, Corin Todd, and Andrew Carlson all in the battle in the back part of the racetrack.
Does memory serve me right? Was Logan Christian not running second last night before an incident?
Yes.
In the final?
Yes, he was.
Logan Christian out front right now, looking for some retribution. And he is your leader here in Heat 3 of round 2. Around the Makita corner and down the stretch he comes. Over the Amsoil finish line. A very fast lap for Logan Christian. Corin Todd in second, Corey Watkinson in third.
49.9 to a 51.1. He's got about a second and 3/10 lead over Corin Todd. Logan focused, making his way through the back part of the racetrack. Doubling up. Boy, looking smooth through there. Very, very smooth.
Yeah, Logan was running second in the final in round 5 and crashed and still ended up running 4th. And now he's out front and looking very fast. Logan Christian, your leader. From Christian Motorsports out of Fertile, Minnesota for Doc 360 Arctic Wear and Arctic Cat. A hard-working young man, and he is setting the pace here in front of Corin Todd in this qualifier. Great camera work right there, huh?
Extends his lead a little bit. About a second and a half, a little over a second and a half right now. Around a 48.9 to a 49.2, so about 3/10 of a second faster that time than Corin Todd. Corey Watkinson sitting in third, then it's Carlson, Jake Scott, and Zach Patton.
Into the Polaris turn. Logan Christian with a second and a half lead over Corin Todd right now. Corin out of Otsego, New York for Polaris Fly-In Skins, and Walker Evans as well, but that's your leader. 3 laps to go for the 43 of Logan Christian. Corin Todd right there. You see the GoPro on top of his helmet. Keeping track of everything that's going on. They'll watch that tape a little bit later on. Right by that beautiful Ram truck, the official truck of Amsoil Championship Snowcross, powered by Ram.
Everybody's staying away from that flyaway, that little kicker, aren't they? Well, then when
yeah, as soon as you say it.
As soon as I say it, then somebody takes it.
Yeah, Jake Scott heard you, and he's like, okay, I'll make a liar out of you. Logan Christian now the lead, 2.1 seconds. Through the Makita corner. He'll make this hard left-hand turn and head for the Amsoil finish line. Now you got 2 laps to go in this, the third heat of the Amsoil Pro Open class. Big air continues for Logan Christian. He does love the big air, doesn't he?
He does.
Into the FXR turn.
Now we'll see if they make a liar out of me. Everybody's staying away from it. That seems to be the fast line. Nobody really making up any ground going over that little flyaway. There you see Logan down into the corner. And darn, Jake Scott did it to me again.
He did. He likes that inside line, but he appears to be the only one. But that right there, that is Logan Christian, and he has just set the pace this entire race. Let's down to Carly Applin. She's down by the racetrack. Carly?
Guys, temperatures are sitting at 0 right now, negative with the wind chill. As you can see, as the night progresses, this snow dust coming right in front of my face gets worse and worse. It's going to affect visibility. Those negative temps are also going to affect the rider's hands. It's going to be hard to grip that sled and maintain control of it. Back to you guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The temperatures dropped all day long. That wind doesn't help at all. You work up a sweat, but regardless of that, I'm sure your hands are cold no matter what out there.
You know, there's some things to look at. One of the things that you'll look at these sleds are the protectors that they have on the handlebars to try to keep their hands out of the wind. You'll see some of these teams, they have bigger ones that they use when the wind is cold or the weather is cold. So they'll put bigger ones on to give them more protection. And it looks like Logan's already done that. The other thing is these drivers try to use as light of gloves as possible. They may have to step up a size.
Whatever he had on worked. Logan Christian with the win here in Heat 3, Round 2 of the Amsoil Pro Open class. Corin Todd will come across in second. And there's your third place rider. Corey Watkinson puts in a third in the Amsoil Pro Open third heat of the second round. So that'll do it. That'll set the field for the front of the Amsoil Pro Open final. A little bit later, the LCQ, we'll see who the back row is. Logan Christian with a thumb in the air as he goes by the crowd. Oh, look, we're going green right now. It's in the starter's hands. A little bit of a jump there. Not enough to break the starting line, and we are green, the last chance qualifier racing. 10 sleds into the turn, 5 make the final, the rest are done for the night.
Clean through. Let's set up the top 10 as they come through. Brady Love, Corbin Anderson, Brent Nastalia, Nick Patton, and Tyler Adams. Montana Jess sits in 10th.
Now, I believe that's Montana Jess right there in second. I do believe that's a mistake in the scoring. Montana Jess scored in second right there. That's right. That's him, your points leader.
That is correct. Well taken.
There you go, your leader and your second place. Again, a win is great and all, but you just got to finish in the top 5. Montana Jess, your points leader, will take that lead away.
Now, let's remember and remind everybody that in a Pro Open qualifying round, Tucker was pushing it down in that corner and got eaten up.
He sure did.
You know, when you're in this LCQ, you're going to be in the back row, no doubt about it. You're one of 5 racers that makes the back row. If you're in a position where you've qualified, you need to think and race smart. That's the important thing.
Let's set the field. Top 5 are what matters. Montana Jess, Brady Love, Brett Nastala, Corbin Anderson, and the man on the bubble is Kyle Rao, just ahead of Nick Patton. That is the battle for 5th right there. The man on the bubble as we speak is Kyle Rao. The 98 right there is Nick Patton. He got around Kyle, and now he's the man on the bubble. So Nick Patton currently is in the race, and he's battling for 4th to try to put a little distance between himself and that 6th place rider. And I think he got around Corbin Anderson. He did, and he is up to 4th. So now Corbin Anderson will be the man on the bubble.
Anderson on that number 17 Skidoo. And you've got Kyle Rao and the number 25 Artie Cat. So that is the transfer spot. Watch them as they go through. Again, we'll go through the order and line them up. Montana Jess out in front. Got about a 3.5 second lead over Brady Love. Brady Love in second. Then Brent Nastalia. Nick Patton has moved his way up to 4th place. Corbin Anderson in 5th. And there's about 0.7 of a second between Anderson and Kyle Rao on the Artie Cat. These guys have even bunched up more.
Less than 2 laps to go in the LCQ for the Pro Light division. Top 5 or you're done for the day. And right now, again, the man on the bubble is Corbin Anderson, and he's got a whole lot of green in his mirror right now.
Michael George.
Whoa.
Oh, Michael George almost got together with Kyle Rao. They both came out clean, but George got around him.
The green, I should say the white flag is out for Montana Jess, who's way out front, but that'll tell you only 1 lap to go for Jess. Brady Love, Brett Nastala, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he landed hard, snapped his head, looks over his shoulder and goes, boy,
yeah,
let's not do that again.
I don't want to be in the LCQ anymore.
I mean, and it's a tough race, especially when it's cold like this. There's no points in this race. You're fighting to get into the final.
Montana Jess is your points leader, and he is your current leader of the LCQ. Less than half a lap to go. He can get warm, but there's a heck of a battle going on back there, I do believe, for 5th place. And there it is on your screen.
Anderson, George, Kyle Rao in that battle.
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure Michael George got around Corbin Anderson for 5th. Here he comes. Let's set the field. The checkers are in the air, and the win will go to Montana Jess. 2nd and 3rd battle their way towards the AMSOIL finish line. That'll be Brady Love and Brent Nastala. Here comes 4th. That'll be Nick Patton, and here comes 5th right now. Michael George will come across in 5th, leaving Corbin Anderson 1 spot out of this final.
Boy, that's got to be kind of a heartbreak for Corbin Anderson. Anderson was up in the field a bit, then got picked off 1 spot at a time, fell back a couple of places, fell out of the top 5 to 6th place, and he ends up not being in the Pro Light final. It's going to be a big race. Neubauer, Urich, Lawrence, Patno, Jensen.
Yeah. If your seat has a seatbelt in it, strap yourself down. The FXR Sport number 2 class always brings the haymakers, and we're about to see it right now. It's in the starters' hands. We are at Canterbury Park in Shakopee. We're about to go racing. on the elevated starting line. They are racing down the hill. They go towards that first turn. Sleds everywhere, and somehow they come through clean. Over the Amsoil starting line, it's the 747 of Eddie Neubauer in the lead.
And look who's going big outside, though. That's the 572 Polaris of Nicholas Lorenz.
Hunter Patino right there as well. 15 sleds into the FXR turn. And again, they all make it through.
And Lorenz, your race
I guess
leader.
I'm wrong. One of them didn't make it through out there, I believe. But there is your leader. Giant air for Nicholas Lorenz. Oh, off the sled, a hard crash on the backstretch as well. Up front, we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your screen. The 572 right there is Nicholas Lorenz. Nicholas, the third qualifier from Kenosha, Wisconsin. A good night for Kenosha.
Tyler Uman, the sled that had the difficulty in the back part. Look at this part of our racing.
Wow, the 727 right there.
That's
Jacob Yerk. And the 208 right beside him of Hunter Patino, and Yerk goes into fourth, but Patino wants to take it back. Again, that is the battle for fourth right there in this FXR Sport number 2 final. There's a yellow, as you see, out right there on the Air Force flyaway, slowing down as we make sure that rider's okay after a very hard crash. Back on the gas goes the 572 of Nicholas Lorenz. For Polaris, FXR, and SSI decals. He gets through that skidoo corner, and he is on the gas. You see second place right behind him right there. Eddie Neubauer on the 747. Neubauer, your number 1 qualifier out of Union Grove, Wisconsin. Over the Amsoil finish line with now 4 laps to go. Big air for Nicholas Lorenz, Mike.
I'll tell you, Nicholas is, we haven't heard a lot from him lately, and he has kind of rejuvenated himself tonight here out front. This kid can ride. He's a great sport rider, doing well here in this final.
Good nose, by the way. Tyler Uman is up and back on his sled and back on the racetrack. The crash earlier, a hard crash, looks like he's going to be okay. The 572 of Nicholas Lorenz has built an almost 2.5-second lead right now in this FXR Sport final.
You seen him pull away, and you just seen Eddie Neubauer come into the shot. That showed you the distance between those two.
Out of the Makita corner.
He's just got to be, oh, baby.
Exactly not that is what he's got to be.
No, you got to be consistent. Stay focused.
Into the Ram corner, he'll take the outside line. Easy doubles on that outside line into the FXR turn. And now the inside line. Mike, there's that inside line. He prefers taking it every lap in this race. Over the Air Force flyaway.
And it's an interesting transition because he's going across that little kicker, then coming all the way across the track to the inside of the track. But it seems to be working for him.
Great shot over the Air Force flyaway, this FXR Sport number 2 class.
3.5-second lead that Nicholas has over Eddie Neubauer right now. Then Pat Note, Uric, Hunter Patino, Doubt. Those are your top 6.
Going to be 2 laps to go as your leader. That man right there, the 572, crosses the Amsoil finish line. 2 laps to go, and the checkers await if he can hold on for 2 more. But it's been anything but easy, at least on this racetrack, as Nicholas Lorenz has cased almost every set of doubles on this track.
There's Eddie Neubauer.
He's just waiting on him to make a mistake.
You know, he is, and you know, that's part of racing. Luck is a huge part of racing. Watch him as he goes through. Again, about 3.6-second lead.
We've got another crash, so more yellows out on that backstretch back there. 2 sleds off the track. They're back and moving again, and we're back under green in that section as we just saw Eddie Neubauer go through there. Back to the front. Again, there's your leader. Through the skidoo backstretch of the track. You'll see that Makita turn right here, and as he heads towards the Amsoil finish line, this will be the white flag as he crosses that stripe. On the gas he goes. Nicholas Lorenz is 1 lap away from the hardware. But this is not over. Eddie Neubauer now 3.5 seconds, cut about a half second off the lead. But there's less than a lap to go, and he's got a lot of work to do to catch that man.
See how he came over that? Then he checked up right away because that lapper was there. He wants to get to the inside.
Oof,
That's a hard
right
case,
there.
and the same thing there. You know, when you
hold
get
on to it.
When you get out of rhythm in a rhythm section like that, man, the best thing you can do is just slow down.
Especially when there's a lapper right in front of you and you're in the lead with less than half a lap to go.
See, that's the thing about these young drivers in an FXR Sport class. You have to tell these drivers you need to finish to win. So you've just got to be thinking the whole time.
And the Flames await the 572. Nicholas Lorenz has won the FXR Sport number 2 final at Canterbury Park. The arms in the sky for the FXR rider. You have done it. Nicholas Lorenz for the win.
And a big weekend for Eddie Neubauer. Neubauer taking podium finish last night and on the top of the podium last night and taking second place tonight. That's a good weekend for him.
Eddie Neubauer a second place and Hunter Patnode a third place and a podium finish. But that young man has done it right there. Huge congratulations for Nicholas Lorenz. You ready to hand out some hardware, my main man?
I sure am. They're all look like they're getting ready, and let's do that right now. Here are the top 3 in the FXR Sport 2 final. In the third place, out of Heartland, Vermont, racing for Ingles Performance, Skidoo 999 Goggles, Fly, and DP Brakes. On the number 208 Skidoo, third place, Hunter Patnode.
1 in the air for the people in here, 2 in the air for the father that's there, 3 in the air for the kids in the ghetto, 4 for the kids that don't want to be there, none for the trying to hold him back, 5 in the air for the teacher not scared.
There he comes.
That's living in the ghetto, that coming back, that the world is theirs.
In second place, out of Union Grove, Wisconsin, for American Metal Craft Industries, RD Cat, Get Fast Inc., and Rock River Marina on the 747 RD Cat. That's Eddie Neubauer. And your winner, Anna Polaris out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, racing for Polaris FXR SSI Decal, Amsoil, and Lawrence Excavating and Topsoil. 572 Polaris, Nicholas Lorenz. And let's go down to winner's circle and Chelsea Scorch.
Hi guys, here is the top 3 in our FXR Sport class. In third spot, Hunter Patnode. You and your brother Leo out here racing away. How does it feel to be racing out with your brother? How does it help you?
It helps me a lot. I've always tried to match his speed, and I mainly just try to do things the way he does it, and I know it'll be the right way. So.
Well, obviously it paid off. Who'd you like to thank tonight?
My mom, my dad, my brother, my girlfriend, my sister, Robin Ingles, Mike Ingles, Ingles Performance, 999, CTI, Skidoo, everybody, just thank you.
Well, congratulations. In second spot, Eddie Neubauer, you were on the box last night. And in sport class, we talk about consistency a lot. It's important to stay consistent. How are you going to do it for the rest of the season?
Just make sure the equipment's on point all the time, and just don't take any stupid chances you don't need to take. But it's hard just making finals a lot of the time. There's so many fast guys in sport, but this weekend was awesome for sure.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
Huge thanks to Articat for building a killer sled. The thing rips. American Metalcraft, Rock River Marina and Motorsports, my mom and dad, Crystal Wall and Photography, Action Graphics, Goodwin Performance, Ingram Motorsports, my mechanic Andy for rejetting and getting stuff set up today. He did awesome. The sled ripped. Motorfist Clothing. It was warm yesterday, and I was still warm today, even though it was way colder. And anybody else I forgot to thanks so much. It's awesome.
Well, congratulations. And up on top of the box, we've got Nicholas Lorenz. So Nicholas, coming in today, you were digging hard and digging deep. What was your mindset for today?
Just keep on going. I have so many people behind me. Just I have to do it for them, and it is the best day I've had so far.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
Polaris, Tom Jr., Ben, Brad, everybody from Polaris, thank you very much. Junick Motorsports, FXR, Maximum Service Heating and Cooling, Walker Evans, On Time Enterprises, just everybody that was there for me, thank you very much.
Well, congratulations, Nicholas. That was your top 3. I'm going to send it to you guys in the booth.
It's in the starters' hands. And we are racing at Canterbury. And Tucker did not get a good start. He's just waiting for everybody to clear out of his way. There you go. Now he's out front.
I'd say everybody cleared out of his way.
Yeah, I'd say you're right. And now he's out front. And again, Mike, as you've said, you just got to stay smooth.
Yeah, you have to stay smooth, focused. You know, it's a non-point race. The goal is to get into the final. You know, whoever finishes in the top 5 here are going to be in the back row. And, you know, you can pick some places that are better than others, but the big thing is it's all about getting points in the final.
Tucker Hibbert, a big lead now over Kyle Pauline. Let's set the entire order for you right now. Hibbert, Pauline, Layton, Rinheim, and Morin. But let me tell you, that's not settled yet either. We'll set the entire score for you as they come around and cross the Amsoil finish line. But right now, we're all keeping an eye on that man. The best racer of his generation, Tucker Hibbert, in the lead. The 68 with big air over the Amsoil finish line. Pauline in second, Adam Rinheim in third, Trevor Layton in fourth, and Matthew Marin right now sitting in fifth. He's the man on the bubble, just in front of Andrew Carlson.
You watch them as they go into that FXR corner. A little dicing going on. Was that... it could have been Pauline and Renheim doing some battle.
There's Marin and Layton right now as they battle for fourth and fifth, but both of them got to know you stay right there and you're in, so don't do anything too crazy.
Trevor Layton out of Idaho, racing with Layton Motorsports in that number 3 Polaris, just bumped up from ProLite last year. Polaris, Fly, Skins, Walker Evans Shocks, just some of his great sponsors.
Here comes Tucker.
There's your leader right there on the Monster Energy Ram truck, Arctic Cat.
2 laps to go for Tucker Hibbert to get into the final. Looks like he's suffering no ill problems from that crash. He's very, very fast. A 49.085. Rinheim into second, by the way. Got around Kyle Pauline in this LCQ. Layton and Morton still fourth and fifth, and still looking like they're going to find their way into this final.
You know, I've seen Tucker on racetracks before where he's had incidents and crashes such as he had in his second round of qualifying that to him are the biggest motivator you have ever encountered. And it'll be interesting to see if he holds on here and makes it into the final, how he uses that as a motivator to get him into the final.
Oh no!
And what he does.
Pauline is off the track. There must be a malfunction. 1 lap to go for Tucker Hibbert. So that will move Rinheim into second, Layton into third. We'll continue to keep the scoring for you here.
Yeah, that would move Marin up.
And Jake Scott now is the beneficiary of that. The 42 would make the final if it stays like this. Less than half a lap to go for your leader. The 9-time and defending champion is Tucker Hibbert. Very smooth and very fast into this Polaris turn for the final time. There's the 42 of Jake Scott. Again, he's the man on the bubble right now. Stay there and he is in. Andrew Carlson is on his way out if he doesn't make it a way around. But there he is, the T-Train, the 68. Tucker Hibbert on that Monster Energy Arctic Cat for Ram Trucks finds his way across the Amsoil finish line for the win, and he is in. He'll start from the back row, but he's still got to be your favorite heading into this final.
And he'll have first pick in the back row, so that if there's any consolation besides getting into the final, that's what it is. He's a number 11 qualifier.
Rinheim in second, Layton in third, Matthew Marin comes in fourth, and then Jake Scott in fifth. Andrew Carlson, your first man out. He will not make the final.
Couple of surprises there. Ryan Springer, who had been running well in Fargo, is the driver that is not in. And I seen Kyle Pauline. Kyle Pauline has a steering issue with his snowmobile. That was what the problem was. So Kyle not making the final. Tough break for him.